Hello and welcome to yet another Learn Sanskrit video, and this time we're doing the exercises, the last video of exercises for lesson 7. Okay, so first we have here the usual PDFs here with one file here for the exercises themselves. You can print it out and you can write them down, try to solve them before you see the video, and then you also have the complete exercises here, the answers to them, including the first line here with the exercise itself, so you can get everything on the same sheet when you check the answer. Okay, so these are downloadable, and the link is in the description. So let's see, here we are, and if you don't want to use those PDFs, you can just hand copy the two screens I have here. I have one screen here which I'll show here for 5 seconds, so you can stop the video. And here's the second screen for 5 seconds. And I really do encourage you to try to solve them beforehand, and you can always return back here if you cannot solve them. Okay, so let's start here with number 1 here, and when we come here from English to Sanskrit, we are using eswo line first here. Eswo, or eswo here is always line 2 here. Okay, so what we are doing here then is that we first, before we go to our eswo, we have to look at the sentence here and see and talk about word order here, and because we have a conjunction here, and the question is, what role does it play in this sentence? And the answer is, it works as a clause combiner, a clause connector. So it adds, if this is clause 1 and this is clause 2, it adds those clauses. And when it does, it has a special syntax, because the and must then in the Sanskrit be placed there instead. So on the eswo line, where we are having English with Sanskrit word order, I now have to flip the horizontal location of the and. I have to sort of I have to exchange their positions. That's one thing then. And another thing is also then that since we now know that the and is a clause connector, we will beautify it with an index that I call C, which stands for syntax C, because and can be in 3 different varieties, or actually 4, but we haven't covered more than 3 yet. So let's do our rendering here. We have adverb here, adverb here, and we have the pronoun they, all, F, which we are writing in this way instead to connect it up, because the hyphens, they signify that this will be just one word in Sanskrit. And then we have a verb here, sit, but we have to clarify it, so we know how to give it a proper ending in the Sanskrit. So, but in this case it's easy. It's of course the same it's they all who are doing it, so it's they all sit. And then we have to switch the and there with the there, so we do that, there and then comes the you all pronoun, and then comes the clarification of stand, which must mean you all stand. Okay, transliteration here. So we have atra for the adverb here, and taha is the pronoun. Sitting, they are sitting. Okay, sidati, but it's third person plural, sidanti. So they all are sitting, and then comes there, tatra, adverb, and then the conjunction cha. And then I forgot here already, I forgot it myself here, but we should always on the eswo line make things explicit, so we can sort of prove to our teacher that we know it's not just a coincidence that and ended up there. It's because it's syntax C. Okay, so and, so cha, and then you all, yum, and then you all are standing, so it's tish ta, and then comes the dental ta there, and then that's it. And we do it in Devanagari here. Atra, ta, ha, and then the long E here, si, danti, and then we have tatra, adverb number 2 in the sentence here, and cha, and yum. Oh, this little too tight there, perhaps. Yum. And we have some standing over here. Tish, ta, and the dental ta there. Something like that. See if I can proofread this. Atra taha, sidanti, tatra cha, yum, tishta ta. That seems to work. Number 2, he, she, and I eat, or we all drink. And now we have to do an analysis, because here we have 2 conjunctions. We have conjunction and, and we have a conjunction or. And how do they operate? Well, the and is using is linking the 3 words here, like that. But the or is working, is linking clauses. So the something like this is not C1 there. So the and the or will have different indexes now on the eswo line. The or will have a C and the and will have an A, because if I supply just one and in the English line or on the English line, then I expect just one and or one cha in the Sanskrit. So that's easy, or easy and easy. Well, but it's logical, or it's doable, or I don't know how to say it, but it's predictable. That's the word. Let's see, I have to have black ink. So we're lining them up, all the ducks in a row here. He, she, I, and a syntax, and then eat. But who is doing the eating? That's the question, and the answer is they all are. But the problem here is that, okay, so we count them. He is one, she is the second, and I am the third. So we have three persons, or three. The number is 3, so it makes plural. But who is the person? I mean, is it first person? Is it second person? Is it third person? And the answer is it's first person, because not because the I stands last, but because first person always wins over third person or second person. So if I is mixed with either you or them or he or she, then it's always we or we two. If the pronoun I is among those. So we all are eating. We all eat. So this is one of the advantages when we are having our way of writing on the eswo line. We always need to supply this on an early. This cannot be simplified any further. So we cannot just write eat on the eswo line. We always have to list or clarify our implicit subject, and then we have to do our switch here with the or. So then we all, and then comes the or, and the or is a C syntax. And then we do the drinking, and in this case it's easy because we have the pronoun, just one pronoun. We all drink, and that fits well with we all eat over here. So the sentence makes sense. Okay, and then we just do our transliterations. Aha, sa, aham, cha. So we all eat, so it's kadati, but first person plural, kadamaha. We all, vayam, or wa, we all drink, so it's pibamaha. And then we do our Devanagari here. So sa aham cha ka long arm, and then maha at the end there, and vayam and then va and yeah, well, p long R again because it's first person plural, so, and then that sah sam aham cha ka damaha vayam va pibamaha. Cha ka damaha, I'm proofreading now. Vayam va pibamaha. Okay, so she or he speaks. Number 3, she or he speaks, they all am and I remember. And once more here we have to do our analysis here, since we have conjunctions, and in this case it's easy because we have a clue here. We already have a B, so it's B syntax, and B syntax implies word connectors, so, and that is correct. We have this is what we are connecting here, and in terms of the and, what is that doing here? It is doing the same thing. Oh, it's also a word connector, although this expression they all am seems a little long, but that's what is connected. So okay, so then we have to do so according to B syntax we have to supply one or for each word, each term. So she or he or, and then speaking. But who is speaking? Well, it's either she or he, but we don't know which one, so we cannot write either she speaks or he speaks when we are clarifying the verb. So what should we do? Well, the way I do it is simply we use the more basic word here for a third person singular verb, and that is one. So it's singular, it's one is speaking. We can think of it as like this, that one of them is speaking, or we can say someone speaks, but we don't know exactly who. It could be she, it could be he, like that, but one speaks. All right, and that I'm doing whenever we are when we have different grammatical gender on the nouns here. So if I were to have, let's say, Krishna and Rama pronoun or proper nouns, then they would be both masculine, and then I could write he speaks. Or if I had well, I could have many, I could have them in plural, or I could have but the idea is that whenever we have different, it could be like a neuter and feminine, or it could be a feminine and neuter, or feminine and masculine. But at any time when we are looking at different subjects, if they are not the same subject, then we must, or the same grammatical gender, then we must use one. Otherwise we can do he, or we can do she, or we can do it, if they are of the same grammatical gender. Alright, so she or he, or one speaks. And then they all, oops, they all am, I, and this is, we are connecting two words, okay, and we only have one and in the English, so therefore our eswo line will be beautified with a syntax A here for the and. And then again, the same question here, we have remember here, but who is doing the remembering? They all, that's third person plural, but I is first person singular. So what should we do? Well, we add the numbers, so we already have plural in they all here, so the total number of subjects is more than 3. It's actually 4 in this case, at least. So we have to have plural then. So it has to be something with all here. Question is just, is it we all, you all, or they all? Well, the answer is that whenever we are having subjects with different numbers, or different different persons, like I and you, for instance, or I and he. In this situation, when we have first person, first person always wins over, or trumps, overrides any other person. So it will be first person here. So we all remember. Okay, so then we transliterate here. She is sa, and then comes wa, and then comes ha, and then comes another wa, because we have a B syntax. And I should write this here also, B next on the eswo line. We always clarify that on the eswo line it's like analysis of what's going on. So we have to be precise, exact, mathematical. Alright, so sa, wa, sa, wa, and then the speaking, and this is third person singular, vadati. And then we're doing they all am, and this masculine, te. And we are aham here, and an cha. And it's syntax A, so there's only one cha. And we all remember, so it's smarati something, smaramaha, first person plural, smaramaha. Let's say like that, and then we do our Devanagari to finish it up here on the on the first screen here, hopefully. So another wa here, B syntax. Vadati, he is speaking, someone is speaking, end of sentence. And then we have pronoun te, which can be many different things, but in this case it's the masculine plural. Te aham, aham cha smaramaha, amaha, like that. And now I'm going to proofread the all the ones here. Number 1 here, atra taha sidanti tatra cha yuyam tishta ta. Okay, number 2, saha sa aham cha khadamaha vayam va pibamaha. Number 3, sa va sah va vadati te aham cha smaramaha. And that looks good according to my manuscript here, so we can move on. It's always best to do this before I switch screen so I don't forget it. Okay, so number 4, there the boy dwells, and here they all F dwell. And so first is the conjunction here. What role does it play? It plays a clause connection role. Clause connection. Like that. So it will have a it will have a C, syntax C. Clean that up a little bit there. Okay, like that. Restore the screen. Okay, so we have the adverb there. We have the boy, which we are grouping now. The boy, because it's one word in the Sanskrit. There the boy dwells, and the implicit subject is he dwells. And then we have to flip here and here and we put the index, clarify that it is a clause connector, and they all F, feminine plural, they all F, and they are dwelling, right? They all dwell. They all dwell. Like that. Okay, so transliteration. Oh, no, it's not atra, it's tatra. There. It's over there. Tatra. And the boy is the balaha, nominative singular, and he's dwelling, so it's vasati. And here atra and cha and they all F, that's taha, and they are dwelling, so it's plural form here, vasanti, vasanti. And in Devanagari here, tatra, long A here, balaha, vasati, atra, cha, taha, vasanti. Like that. Okay, good. Let me proofread it while I'm here. Tatra balaha vasati atra cha taha vasanti. Okay, it looks good. Number 5, the boy and the horse and the elephant run. And how does this sentence work? Well, we have and as a clause connector, or as a word connector. And we remember here that in the Sanskrit there is no definite article, there is no the, which is why I'm grouping up here in number 4 the boy. Of course, the whole idea here is that this is one word in the Sanskrit, so therefore, because here you would have 2 words in the English, but I'm just pointing out that in the Sanskrit this is a single word, and all of them here are single words. Okay, so that's observation number 1, that it is a word connector. So that means either A or B, syntax A or B. And in this case it is syntax B, because in English I have supplied 2 and, which both are operating on the same terms here. These are all words, single words that are of the same type. They're all nouns. Okay, so that means we have syntax B. Okay, so let's do the transliteration or the eswo here. So the boy, we are grouping the boy and syntax B, the horse, and syntax B, the elephant, and syntax B, and they are running. And how many are there? The boy and the horse and the elephant, that makes 3, so it's plural, so they all run. Otherwise, if they only were 2, we would have dual, they 2 run, but in this case we have 3. Okay, so now we transliterate. The boy is a balaha, it's singular nominative, balahacha, and the horse is a ashvaha, and the cha, and the elephant is gajah, cha. And then they are running, dhavati, but in plural, so dhavanti. Okay, that's that. And so we do our Devanagari here, balaha, cha, let's see, we have to do the right eswo, cha, gajah, cha, and we are running dhavanti, long a, vanti. Something like that. Let's proofread that. Balaha cha, ashvaha cha, gajjaha cha, dhavanti. Yes, looks good. Number 6. Here he stands and asks. There she sits and remembers. Okay, so what function of the and there? So here, in both cases actually, we have word 1 and word 2, so it's a word connector. But unlike the previous one here, where we are connecting nouns, this is a verb connector. So but it's still a word connector, but now the type of word is a verb. And similarly here, she sits and and remembers. Ooh, like W2 there. Okay. So now we just do our eswo line here. Oops. Could not do what? Okay. Here he explicit or implicit subject, he stands, and then we have to do the verb as well. He asks, and then comes our and last, and then we clarify it with a syntax, because we only have one and in the English, and that tells us that we only will have one cha in the Sanskrit, and that's syntax A. And there, second part here, there she sits, she remembers, and the same thing here, a syntax there as well. Oh, oops, it should be semicolon there. Alright, and then we just do our atra here, the adverb. Oh, sorry, I should not. One line too early here. Okay, so atra saha, he, so he's standing, tishta, t, but he's standing. Right, so it's the sort of default third person singular here. Okay, he stands and he asks. So, okay, so it's pritchati, shati, and cha. Oh, I did the semicolon on the wrong line there. Okay, not on the eswo line. No. Okay, eswo line is, whoops, period. Okay. There, tatra sam, she sits, sidati, and she remembers, smarati, and then and again here, cha. Okay, and then we just do our Devanagari here, atra saha tishta ti pritcha ti cha. End of sentence. And then another one here, tatra sam sidati smarati cha. Okay, so let's proofread that. Atra saha tishtati pritchati cha tatra sam sidati smarati cha. Okay, that looks good, and I think we are now finished with our third video with the exercises sorry, for lesson 7. So I'm wrapping it up here, and I wish you a very good evening, and I hope to see you in lesson 8. Bye bye.